Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Lisa. I am here today to talk to you about STDs. They are more common than we like to believe. We all know it's out there. We think we don't have to worry about it. I'm safe, or my partner is faithful, or anything. But unfortunately, it can happen to any one of us. It is proven on the CDC website that 20% of US Americans, here alone in the United States, so 1 in every 5 people have an STD. The most common ones is HPV, chlamydia, and gonorrhea. You can get HPV, chlamydia, or gonorrhea by having vaginal sex, anal sex, oral sex, or even just petting. It is most common spread during vaginal or anal sex. It also spreads through close skin, to skin touching during sex. So even if you don't penetrate, you can still catch certain diseases. Now, a person with HPV, chlamydia, or gonorrhea, some of these can actually pass it on without knowing that they have it. As we're speaking, any one of us, or any of our partners or friends, could have it without them knowing. So that means they're not intentionally spreading anything if they are active, or if we are active, if we might have it. So even if there's no signs, and you don't know sometimes what you are spreading and that you're spreading it, I cannot stress enough, you always need to get a physical. Get your checkup. The more active you are, sorry ma'am, the more active you are, the more chances and more risk you are. Ladies, gonorrhea, you can spread that on to your child that hasn't been born yet through birth. That's the last thing any mother or any father would want. So, unfortunately, nothing is 100%. But there are precautions we can all take. We are able to go get our physical. We know what can happen. We can get vaccinated. Vaccine can prevent or can help prevent cervical cancer, vaginal, vulvar, and anal cancer. Just the word cancer is already fearful enough. As I had mentioned, 20% alone here in the United States, 1 in every 5 person. That's a small number that has STD. On the CDC website, it shows that $16 billion are spent on medical for STD alone. 16 billion. Most of us don't have insurance. Some of us do. But imagine the amount of cost when we ourselves can even prevent it to some point. Now, nothing is 100%, like I had mentioned. Safe sex would be no sex. But you can catch it in many different ways. Through open wounds, through certain saliva. It could be kissing. It is a dangerous thing out here. And being around a lot of mental health patients, I have learned that some, unfortunately, cannot consent. I don't want to say it's rape, but it's harder for them to speak out. Or our younger generation. They are very active. They're way active than what we want to admit to ourselves as a parent. But we do want our children to be safe. We do want them to understand protection, take precaution. Wait till you're married, that would be the best thing. But unfortunately nowadays, we switch partners so much and so many times that it's difficult to preach to the choir. So knowing we all what can happen, the difference that we can get to this problem, due to this problem, my apologies, is get tested yearly, get your checkup, make sure you're okay, choose your partner wisely, trust your instinct. There's no need to rush anything if you're not in a committed relationship. Don't always believe some of the things that people say, oh, I didn't do this, because we all have secrets and we all will fib at a certain point because we don't want to admit things that we do. So I really do hope that we all need to be mindful and be cautious. It is very important not to take any chances. Life is valuable. You may think, especially when you're young, you still have your whole life ahead of you. And we still have so much time. But the fact is, we don't know. We don't know when is our last day. So I hope with this information, everyone in this room will start thinking more, or maybe speaking to their children or teenage kids, adult kids who are not in a committed relationship, to be cautious, to make sure they always take protection, no matter what. Life is very precious, and we want to enjoy it. We don't want to be miserable and suffer through the time that we have on earth. So, thank you very much, and you have a good evening. Thank you, sir, ma'am.